Hello guys, in this tutorial I'm going to teach you about how to blur your confidential data from videos. So to do this, I'm going to use Adobe Premiere Pro software. I can teach you this in 2-3 minutes, but there are people who use Premiere Pro for the first time. So I'm explaining it in every simple detail. So let's get started. Once you open Premiere Pro, click on New Projects. Now you can give a name for the project in here. So I'm giving it as Test 1. And below that, I'm keeping my video display format as timecode and audio display format as audio samples. And I am keeping the capture format as HDV. Now click OK. Your workspace will be different from mine. So to make it easy for editing, you can click on the Windows tab on the top and select Workspace and click on Editing. So now I am going to create a new sequence. To do that, you can right click on the project panel and go to New Items and then click Sequence. And now you can see many presets in the sequence window. I am selecting DSLR 1080p 25 preset for my video, but you can change it as your need. You can give a name for the sequence from here. I am giving it as test 1. Now click OK. And from here, you can see the sequence panel has been created. Now I am going to add my clip. To do that, double click on the project panel, or you can simply right click on the project panel and click Import. Select the clip you want to blur and click Open. Now you can see your clip has added to the project panel. Now drag the clip from the project panel and release on Sequence panel. If a pop-up appears as clip mismatch warning, it means that clip does not match your sequence settings. In here, I am keeping my existing settings. And now in this clip, I am going to blur, which I don't want to show in this clip. To do that, click on your Effects tab. If you can't find your Effects tab, click the Windows tab on top and select Effects. So, in Effects panel, click on Video Effects, then Blur and Sharpen. Click on Gaussian Blur and drag it to your clip in Sequence panel and drop it on the clip. And now you can zoom your clip frames by clicking on the dot in here and drag it to your left side to zoom it. Drag the blue slider in Sequence panel to the frame you need to start the blur, like this. So this is the start point of the frame that I need to start the blur. And from the program panel, by clicking on step back and step forward, you can move from frame to frame, and by click on the play button, you can play the clip. Now go to your effects control panel. If it's not visible, you can add it from Windows tab. Click Effects Control. Now in Effects Control, in here you can see Gaussian blur. In here there are three options to select the part you want to blur. In here I am choosing the square mark by clicking on it. Now you can see a mask has added below the Gaussian blur and the program sequence. Now you can drag it and adjust the part you want to blur like this. Now in effect control, you can change the value of blurriness in here as you need. I am keeping it to 40. Now you can see the selected area has been blurred, but when you drag your slider, you can see the whole part of the video has been blurred. So to stop it, let's get back to the first frame that you want to blur. Now click on the step back button on the program sequence like this is the place before the frame you need to start the blur. And now click on the mask opacity in control effects and click on the stopwatch icon. Now change the value from 1000 to 0. Now you can see a new keyframe has added in here. Now move one frame forward by clicking Step Forward in Program Sequence panel and then go to Effect Controls and in Mask Opacity click the small dot to add a keyframe and increase the opacity to 1000. Now in Sequence panel or Program Sequence, you can drag the blue sliders to the last frame where blur should end. In mine, the blur should end at this point. You can use the step forward and backward buttons in the program sequence to make the frame accurate. I have selected my last frame like this and now I'm going to the effect controls and adding another keyframe in mask opacity by clicking on the keyframe button and I'm keeping opacity percentage as same 1000%. Now I am stepping forward one frame in program sequence and adding another keyframe in mask opacity and changing the opacity value to 0%. Now you can see when I drag the blue slider to the video and click play button, only the selected parts has been blurred. If you want to blur more parts in your video, you can more mask and do the same. I hope you guys understand the process. If there are any questions on this, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching this video and don't forget to like, subscribe and smash that bell icon to stay tuned for more videos.